Welcome to another edition of Xtra Ordinary Sports. I'm your host, Alex Monaco. Today's guest, a member of the Los Angeles Lakers, Mr. Matt Barnes.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here.
Good to be here.
How are you? A little bit of a different off season. How have you handled the curveball?
It's different. You know, we definitely want to be out there playing. But me in particular, you know, coming off a knee injury, it's actually given me more time to, you know, properly have my knee heal, rest my knee, you know, rebuild my quad and my calf, so that I'm gonna make sure I'm 100% for next year.
So what are some of the things you do off-season wise? What's your regimen? What's your workout?
I really like to try different kinds of workouts. You know, I'm kind of all over the place on my workouts. I do, you know, basic weights. I do rubber bands. I do parachutes. You know, I run sand dunes, run hills, just to kind of, so my body doesn't get comfortable on any one thing, you know, so I like to kind of keep my body guessing.
No yoga?
I need to get into yoga because I could barely even touch my toes, which is pretty sad to say. So, you know, I should get into yoga, but I just haven't really got into that.
So you bounced around in the NBA. You've been in a lot of cities, a lot of teams. Come to the Lakers. Phil Jackson's last year, very special year. What was the year with the Lakers like?
You know, it was always a dream come true. You know, growing up in California, going to UCLA, you know, my dream was to play for the Lakers. To get a chance to do that was, you know, amazing. Last year was Phil's last year. You know, the team was going for a three-peat. And there's just a lot of outside craziness going on. And then, you know, when I tore my knee up in January, my season was basically over. So it was really heartbreaking not to be able to really do anything at the end of the season and kind of help our team, you know, through the playoffs and against Dallas.
Were you able to sit back and learn a lot?
A lot, you know, kind of reevaluated my life, my career, you know, everything in my life. You know, when I tore my knee up, I kind of looked at it as, you know, what if this was it? I had that kind of mind frame, and it really got me focused on, you know, the business aspect. You know, once I was able to work out, you know, to not take it for granted, you know, to work out as hard as I possibly can, and to, you know, really just come back ready for the season coming up.
Were you able to learn anything particular from Phil? And his Zen-like approach. What's it like being in a locker room with Phil Jackson?
Phil is a different kind of guy. You know, his tactics and his methods, you know, are proven. You know, with what 11 or 12 championships, and his ways are a little different. But I mean, you know, the results are championships. So you know, you can't knock it.
So, you've had a very interesting relationship with Kobe. Had that little altercation in the finals when you were on Orlando, and now you're teammates, and he even said, if someone like that is going to try and get in my head and do the things you did defensively, try and rattle him, that's a guy I want on my team. What did that mean to you, especially coming to the Lakers?
It was good. You know, I've known Kobe since I was in college. You know, when he used to come up to UCLA and work out, and just always been a fan from afar. You know, just his work ethic and, you know, what he's done over his career, you know, not too many people have done. We've always had battles. That was one thing. We've always respected each other. And, you know, every time I guard him and we're going at each other, it's going to be a war. You know, you just got to make them work because you know they're going to score points. You just can't give them anything easy. And Kobe likes to try to intimidate people, and I just let him know it wasn't happening.
I got to ask, you're a very emotional player, and you love to get under people's skin, and I love that. I want to know, what's your favorite thing to say, I guess, to rattle a player when you're guarding?
I mean, that's kind of interesting that you asked that, because my thing is I've never really been one to start any kind of confrontation or, you know, start it, but I'll never shy away from it. You know, I'm a football player at heart, so I naturally play physical and aggressive, and that's kind of the way I play basketball. It's just, like, I kind of say I'm a football player playing basketball, so it's never really me trying to give any dirty shots or talk trash or whatever it may be, but if it comes my way, you know, I won't shy away from it. So it's never really, I'm not antagonizing, but I'm not going to shy away from it by any means.
Talking about football, you were an All-American in high school. 6'7", man. I mean, you're from the Bay, Niners, Raiders. I mean, they both could use wide receivers.
I mean, it definitely crossed my mind. It definitely crossed my mind. My little brother plays CFL, Edmonton Eskimos, so we've been a football family. You know, football is my first sport. I didn't really pick up basketball until about high school, so football is, you know, grew up playing football, being physical, and, you know, loving that kind of contact. So it definitely crossed my mind, and then you hear, you know, LeBron all over the news about talking about it, so I kind of just fell back because I didn't want to make a mockery out of it, but it was something that I definitely thought about.
I mean, low-key, 28 touchdowns. You led the nation in high school. Was that a tough decision, basketball?
Yeah, it was,
football?
because, you know, I had offers from, you know, numerous schools to play both, but my dream was to go to UCLA, and for some reason they didn't want me to play both. So, you know, I took you know, went to Westwood, and, you know, had a great time there. But, you know, there's not a day that passes that I didn't wish I played both.
So, off the field, you said something I thought was awesome. You said if someone were to play you in a movie, it'd be Mike Epps.
Yeah.
Take me through that. Are you a comedian?
Yeah,
Are you a funny guy?
I'm definitely a comedian. You know, you ask anybody. You know, I'm the one guy that is not really afraid to go at anybody. You know, so you know, when Kobe talks trash to everybody or to me, I'm right back at him. You know what I mean? And it's kind of been that way. And some people are kind of like, whoa. You know what I mean? Because some people don't cross that line. But you know, it's all fun and games. And you know, I got a chance to meet Mike Epps, and he's my favorite comedian. Just a really cool, down-to-earth kind of guy.
So in addition to being a basketball player, you also have an off-the-field philanthropic thing that you're doing with Athletes versus Cancer. It's a great thing you're doing. You want to talk a little bit about what that's all about?
November 1st, 2007, my mom was diagnosed with 4 different kinds of cancer, all in stage 4, and she died November 27th. So within 26 days, you know, I lost my best friend, and that was a real tough time in my life. It was that year that, you know, I was with Golden State and we beat Dallas in the playoffs, and in that very next year, you know, I was at an all-time high personally in my career. It was my first, you know, really big season, kind of my coming out party, and she was there for everything. You know what I mean? She'd been through the whole up and down with my career, and you know, thought about going to play football and this and that. So she'd kind of always been my backbone. So to lose her that fast, it was devastating. You know, I was kind of the rock for my family. I have a younger brother and a younger sister, and my dad. So, you know, once we lost my mom, I just knew losing her that fast, and you know how devastating it was to my family, that I wanted to make a difference. So I started Athletes vs. Cancer in 2008, and the goal of the foundation is to purchase mobile screening units, take them to the inner city, and provide free screening for children all the way up to, you know, grandparents who don't either have the means and the insurance or just the knowledge to, you know, get screened for cancer, because, you know, cancer doesn't discriminate. It goes after children. It goes after, you know, adults. So that's something I'm very passionate about, to try to make a difference in the community. I think it's good when celebrities can use their voice in a positive manner, you know, because everybody looks up to us whether we like it or not. So for me to pull my friends together for a great cause like that, I love doing it.
Absolutely. Well, we're here to help, Xtra Ordinary Sports. You know, in addition to interviewing, we do a little challenge, little exercise on the show. Yeah. You wanna break down what we're doing here in this ring today?
Basically, you know, me and you're gonna get down on the sumo wrestling. I don't really know if the suit's gonna fit me, but I'm gonna get in it, and you know, you agreed to every time I get you down to donate to the foundation, which I think is great, and I'm excited.
And that's what we're doing. Let's get suited up.